Good afternoon everyone. Now today I've decided to come about 45 minutes northeast of where I live, and I've come up to Whitley Bay. Decided to come up here and try and get a few shots of St Mary's Lighthouse. I haven't gone for the normal area where people go to. I've gone for a little bit quieter place. It's around the corner from the normal place, and there's not many people come here. There's a little track down there, the cliff, where the cliffs give way, and it's like a little fisherman's path that you go down and you get to some nice rocks. Now where I'm stood, you can see St Mary's. I'll give you a quick look. Right, there's St Mary's in the distance there. Looks further away on camera than what it actually is. And what I'm thinking today, I've timed it so the tide's just coming in, and it's an even high tide. So this is what I'm looking at getting. Looking at all these rocks here, some nice rocks there. Yeah, nice rock there. This, and I'm looking around for a composition here that I can try and get to work. It's looking like, what I'm hoping is this rock here. You've just seen it there, the water going over the top of it. I'm hoping I'll be able to get a shot with the water coming over the top of the rock like that. It should do it here. Yeah, that's perfect. I should have my camera set up for that. That was perfect. That's what I'm going to try and photograph now. Hopefully the sun will come out a bit and cast a bit of light on St Mary's Lighthouse. There was plenty of light on the lighthouse when I got here, but as I've walked round to this spot, it's clouded over and the sun's disappeared. Right, I've got the shot set up now, and I'm just waiting for a decent wave to wash over the rock and give us like a kind of a waterfall effect on the other side of the rock. I'm trying to keep an eye on the waves because they're starting to get a little bit feisty, and the tide's rising all the time. So I'm just waiting now for, like I say, for the right wave. This is pretty much the shot here. I've got the rocks there in the foreground, leading to that rock there, and then up to the lighthouse. Now it all depends on getting the right wave washing over that rock there and giving us a nice flow over the rock. That's either going to make or break the shot. I also noticed as well there's a nice backwash as the tide's going out. There's a nice backwash over these rocks here and over them rocks there, so that'll be another shot to go for. Also over that way there's some nice rocks there with the sea coming over them. So yeah, there's a few shots to be had, a few different compositions I can go for, but this is what I've settled on now at the moment. Yeah, that wasn't a bad one. Right, filter wise, I've got a 0.6 hard grad pulled down across the full scene, so really that's acting as a kind of a two-stop ND filter. Then I've got a 0.9 hard grad pulled down across the sky to pull the sky in, and then because the foreground was a bit bright with the white water, I've put a 0.9 medium grad in upside down, and I've graduated it so that the water in the foreground isn't too bright. I'm shooting a 35mm f11. I'm getting a shutter speed of 0.4 seconds, and like I say, just waiting for the water to wash over that rock there. Right, the sun's decided to come out, so St Mary's Lighthouse is lit up lovely. Now all I'm waiting for now is the perfect wave to get that shot with the wave over the rock and the light hitting the lighthouse. You can see the light now, it's lit up the lighthouse, it's starting to fade now. But yeah, I think the sun keeps coming and going, so hopefully we'll get that shot with the rock and the lighthouse lit up. I've literally stepped 5 feet to the right, and I'll show you the composition I've got here. Right, we've got these rocks in the foreground there, and now I'm waiting for a nice big wave to come and get the backwash as it rolls down over the rocks. I've kept this rock here in the composition as well, and obviously the lighthouse in the background. But yeah, this shot all depends on what the backwash is like on these rocks in the foreground here. Right, filter wise, I've kept the same filters on, exactly the same setup, but I've changed my ISO from 200 down to 100, and that's lengthened the exposure to a second, so that you get nice long streaks over the rocks as the backwash recedes. Right, I'm just waiting for a decent wave now to get the backwash off these rocks. This one here might do actually. Set the shutter away now. Yeah, so it's a second exposure. So as this water runs down, I set it away now, and all the streaks and all the water movement get caught by the camera. So with it being a second exposure, it'll all smooth out. Oh, that's a good one. There we go, here's the backwash. Set it away now. Yeah, that should be a good one. Oh yeah, the flow's coming in lovely now. Set it away again, there we go. I've gone in landscape orientation, and I've kept these rocks in at the side here, and then the lighthouse in the background. What I've noticed is these rocks here, with them being wet and with it being bright over there, the light is shining off these rocks here. Now I've put a polarizer on, and I've turned it so that the light is actually really shining off the rocks. So all this shine, I've retained all that, and you'll be able to see that in the shot, instead of taking the shine off the rocks, which you would normally do sort of if you're shooting leaves or wet rocks in a waterfall. You'd probably just take the shine off the rocks, but for this shot it works really well. Yeah, nice shine on the rocks, so I've kept that in. What I've done is as well, I've put my ISO up to 160, so that I'm getting a bit of a faster shutter speed. So now I'm at 0.8 to the second, which is giving us a nice flow over the rocks here, like that. Right, I've moved round to these rocks now. Got that rock there in the foreground, little rock next to it leading up to the lighthouse, and we're starting to get a really good sky above the lighthouse now. It's starting to catch a little bit of colour actually. It's like a peachy colour now. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch the backwash going around this rock here. My filter setup's exactly the same as what I had. The only thing I've changed is the ISO. I've had to go slightly higher to get a 0.8 second exposure again. It's starting to get a little bit darker. Ooh, that was a good one. I get this here. Set that away now. There we go, that's the shot. See how that turns out. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit light on the lighthouse again now. So yeah, it's all coming together quite nicely. Right, as you can see, I've moved along to there. So that little bit what I found. with the water coming over and the lighthouse in the background. Now I've had to move back and zoom in a little touch because when the water's hitting the rocks, it's splashing up, and if I stood where I wanted to be, everything would just get soaked. So I've had to move back a bit, and now I'm just waiting for this rock here. That rock there is getting some lovely sort of water washing over it, so I'm waiting for a decent one, set the shutter off and hopefully get like a kind of little waterfall over the top of it. But yeah, it's a little bit feisty when you get too close, but I really would like to stand here, like sort of stand there and shoot there, but no, it's not worth it. Gear will get soaked. So yeah, that's what I've got up to now, and now I'm just waiting for that right wave to kind of take the shot and get it washing over the rock. What I have changed is, what I should tell you is, I've taken the 0.6 hard grad from the full scene, so I can speed the shutter up a little bit, so I've got a 0.3 second exposure, because when the water's coming over the rock, it's coming over quite fast like that. So the faster the shutter speed, it won't freeze the water, it'll still give you a little bit of a blur, and it just looks better than if you've got sort of like an eighth of a second or a second exposure. It would blur too much and it would just all sort of mingle into one. So 0.3 seconds is just the right amount of shutter speed for the speed of the water going over the rock, to sort of give you that little cascade. So yeah, I'm going to get back to this now because there's some nice waves coming in. Right, I think I'm just about done here now. There's a little bit colour in the sky, but not a great deal. It's been lovely earlier on. But before I pack up, I'll show you this shot that I've just set up here. A nice set of rocks here. Now watch as the water recedes. Look at that. And that's the shot I'm going for there. Lovely. Lighthouse in the background still. Right, before I go, I just thought I'd quickly talk about this little spot. Ooh, that was a big wave. Fantastic little spot. And what I will mention is that all the shots that you see in this video, they're all taken within 20 feet of each other, all in the same spot. So the lesson there is, doesn't matter how small your location is or how little space you've got, look around. There's always different compositions to find. There's still more. I mean, I could have stayed here for another hour and getting quite a few more different compositions. But it's getting dark now and sunset's been and gone. But yeah, like I say, it doesn't matter how small the location is, there's always going to be more than one composition to get. So have a look around, have a good look, and try to get as many different shots and compositions from one location as you can, because you never know when you're going to go back. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the shots. If you did, give us a like, give us a subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.